Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you what is on my wish list for the 2017 Holiday Bonus VIB Rouge sale at Sephora. So they are offering 20% off for VIB Rouge. There's a first access, the dates are November 3rd through 6th, and then they have a part 2 of the sale, November 10th through 15th. So today is November 5th, so the first access sale is coming to an end, but there is going to be a part 2. There are 2 little cards in here, but you don't really need them. You don't need to bring them in store. All you need to show them is your VIB card, and then they have this in store. So if you lose this, not a big deal. If you didn't get this in the mail, not a big deal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my Sephora app and I am going to share with you everything that is on my loves wish list. The first thing on my list is the YSL new liquid matte lip stains. Those look so cool. I went into store and I swatched one. The color that I liked was number 7 New Interdite Medium Nude, and the formula just felt so smooth and creamy, and it didn't feel like it was going to be too drying on the lips, and I really liked the applicator, and obviously YSL packaging is beautiful. The next thing on my list is the Too Faced Just Peachy Velvet Matte Eyeshadow Palette. I do have the original peach palette from Too Faced and I love it. I love the formula, I love the colors, I love the blendability. But I just feel like there are a couple colors in there that I just never reach for, and the mirror on the Just Peachy matte palette is great. It's a great size, especially for traveling, and I don't typically use a lot of shimmer colors on the lid. I typically go for just mattes in the crease, so that's a great travel palette for me personally, so that is on my wish list. Another palette in here is the Natasha Denona Sunset Eyeshadow Palette, and that palette, I'm mostly interested in it because of all the hype that was going on about it, but the more that I look at it, I'm looking at the colors and I'm thinking that there isn't everything that I need and would want in a palette, and because of the really high price point of the palette, I don't think I'm going to end up purchasing that palette, but I am dying to try Natasha Denona eyeshadow, so I guess I'll wait for a couple more of her eyeshadow palettes to come out to see which one would be perfect for me, because that is a huge investment. Next up, we have the Stila Eye for Elegance Liquid Eyeshadow Set. Now, I have one of them individually. I have the shade Kitten Karma, and this is one of my favorite products ever for glitter. This is such a beautiful, finely milled glitter that looks absolutely breathtaking on the lid. It's incredible. It stays, it doesn't flake everywhere, you don't get glitter all over your face. It's just amazing. So they have a holiday kit with, it looks like 6 different colors in there. So I think that that is a great value, especially because you are using so little product every time you put it on the lid. I feel like the mini sizes won't be such a big deal, you know, because a lot of the time I don't like the little mini gift value sets because I feel like the value of what you're getting for the price point is a little bit silly. But for this product in particular, I think that it would be something good to invest in. I think it's worth it. The next 2 things I have in here are 2 Violet Voss palettes, and I can't decide which one I would use more. I have the Mad About You Pro palette and the Taupe Notch Pro palette. One of them is slightly warmer in tones and the other one is more neutral cool. And I don't know, I can't decide which one I would get. But if any of you have tried any Violet Voss palettes, if you like the formula, I don't really know much about them, then leave me your thoughts on them in the comment section below. Next up, we have the Dior Skin Forever Perfect Foundation Broad Spectrum super long name foundation. This foundation was getting so much hype this year. I just never took the plunge and bought it. It's a $50 foundation, and I do love my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I like that it's not so heavy and it has more of a natural dewy finish. From what I heard, this Dior foundation is very matte and very full coverage, which is not something that I typically go for these days, but because it got such great reviews, I am still intrigued to try it. So it's on my wish list. I don't know if I'm going to end up getting it, but it's here. Next up is an exciting one. It's the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess Illuminating Powder. This was such a cult favorite a couple years back, and it was limited edition, and they finally brought it back, and the compact is just beautiful. The only thing that's holding me back from actually buying it is I do have quite a few gold highlighters that I'm loving at the moment that I'm not sure this one is different and unique enough to actually purchase this one too. Next up is an eye cream. I want to repurchase my Origins Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream. This was one of my favorite eye creams. I had it a couple years back. It was great. I love that there is vitamin C in it, and it just really brightens the under eye area and does a great job of hydrating. Now, a lot of people were asking me when the Fenty Beauty line came out if I was going to be purchasing anything from the line, and to be honest, nothing really jumped out at me that I was like, oh my god, I have to have that, besides the Gloss Bomb Universal Lip Luminizer. I just think that that lip gloss looks absolutely beautiful, so that is on my wish list. Everything else was kind of like, whatever. So the sun just decided to come out and it got really, really bright, so if the lighting just changed, I'm sorry, that is why. But the next thing on my list, oh, the sun's deciding to go away again. Okay, if the lighting keeps changing, I'm sorry. The sun is playing games. But the next thing on my list is the YSL bronzer in the shade Fire Opal. When they first came out, everyone was talking about how amazing the formula was, and the packaging is stunning. The only thing is that it's a $55 bronzer, and I'm not down to pay that price, so now is the time to grab it. Next up would be a repurchase, and it's the Glam Glow Super Mud Clearing Treatment. That is my favorite Glam Glow mask. I feel like that does the most for my skin. It really does calm down and detox any breakouts or clogged pores or anything that's going on with my skin. That one is my favorite, and I have repurchased it tons and tons of times. Next, we have the NARS Board de Plague Highlighting and Bronzing Palette. I don't know what it is about NARS face palettes, but I'm always a sucker for them, and it's funny because I never end up using them once I actually purchase them, but they're just, the packaging is always so pretty that I fall for it almost every single time. Next up is the Tatcha The Water Cream. I got a sample of this with my point perks at Sephora, and I loved it. I loved the way that it made my skin feel. It was just such a unique moisturizer that, I don't know, I was so intrigued by it, and my skin loved it, so that would be something that I would pick up during the sale. Next is a perfume, the Gucci Bloom perfume. I smelled this recently and I am just obsessed with the scent of it. I really just love it. Obviously I can't describe a scent to you, but you know that perfumes are always more pricey, so it's a great idea to pick them up during a sale. Next is the Givenchy Matte and Translucent Finishing Loose Powder. Everyone says that that is the best loose powder ever. It makes your skin look flawless and airbrushed and blah 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 blah. But again, it's a super pricey powder, and you don't really find Givenchy going on sale ever, and I don't get a pro discount on luxury brands like Givenchy, Saint Laurent, or anything like that. So I like to pick that type of stuff up during the sale. And then last but not least, we have the Guerlain Pure Radiance Face Primer. Tati raves about this primer all the time on her channel. She said that it's the best primer ever. She's repurchased it multiple times. It is super expensive, and I did try it on my hand in store, and the difference between my two hands after I applied this primer was ridiculous. It looked incredible. So if I were to take the plunge on anything during the sale, it would be this primer for sure. This is probably the #1 thing on my list. I don't know why I mentioned it last, but that is it. That is everything that I have on my wish list for this winter's VIB Rouge 20% off sale at Sephora. Let me know what is on your wish list in the comment section below. I would love to know. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.